exciting, yes? It is wonderful to be excited about your life.
Yes.
And it's wonderful to experience excitement in your life.
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because the soul is creative, it's passionate, it's loving, it's caring. These are the kind of qualities that, when you live them, raise your rate of vibration to where then you are open to that other dimension of reality that exists there in higher states of awareness. And in order to get there and stay there, you have to have some essential activities alive and well in your life that you're putting into practice. Otherwise, you find that you are like a roller coaster. You're riding the ride that goes up in the highs and then the lows when you come down. And no one, I'm sure, here understands. So good. So let's look at this from the perspective of balance. How do we actually achieve balance in this crazy world that we're living in right now? And if you don't think it's crazy, then please share your information with me. So, from a certain perspective, this is a construct. It's a creation. We collectively co-create this reality we're living in. Most creators are unconsciously creating, and they're creating off of their belief systems. They're creating from old pattern behavior, and they're not really tuned in to anything except who they believe they are. Then the opportunity for that to shift comes about with awakening. And awakening allows you to look again at life through different eyes. And through those different eyes, begin to see, is this what I really want for the rest of my life? Do I want to always be at the mercy of outside influences? Or is there anything that I can do to make a change? And if so, what is it? Is it I need to know somebody else? Do I need to buy something? Because you see, these are the old patterned ways of trying to change things and change them for the better. It's who you know, it's what you have. When the fact of the matter is, it's who you are. So, to be engaged in creative expression, yes, we just experienced it. That was exciting. It was uplifting. It got everyone involved in raising their rate of vibration and being involved in a co-creation of experience. And depending upon the passion that was expressed and was also released, then it stimulated everybody else to unite with that in some level, to say yes to life, to commit, and with persistence and perseverance. But here's where the balance comes in that is essential. Not to be attached to any particular outcome. Here's the deal that most people miss, and that is this co-created reality that we have. When the soul gets owned by what it's trying to create. In other words, the ego crystallizes around whatever we're creating. Then we find we don't want to let it go. And we find that we want to live out that identification instead of realizing that it is simply an expression of which there are many available to us. But we have to come to that place of seeing. If we allow our creations to own us, then we haven't really come to a place of being free. We're still slaves to what we do. Lasting contentment doesn't arise out of something we consume, nor does it arise out of something that we acquire. That's all temporary. Because it's showing that there's a dependency upon something physical to make one feel whole. You ever notice how it is that if you become attached to food, that you find that your attachment to food is acting as a means of fulfillment? And it's all an illusion. Tell that to somebody who has the addiction, they don't want to hear it. I found it hard to hear myself. But this simply reveals where we are in our awakening. So, looking at this, you see, okay, I'm talking about practicing a level of enlightenment here, where you are able to, in an enlightened state, find that it is not through the result or the outcome of an expressive act, but rather the expression itself. You create, but you do it simply for the sake of it, not for the outcome. As we grow in that, then we're able to be free in what we're doing and enjoy the doing without looking for the after effect to confirm whether we did it well or not. Trust me, after 50 years of working from the platform, I have finally started getting it, that it doesn't make a big difference whether you get it or not, but rather that I enjoy giving it to you. If there is a confirmation, then you're going to enjoy taking it and applying it in your life. Otherwise, foregone conclusion. You just weren't there. You weren't ready for it. It didn't have any meaning to you, and that's because you just weren't in that state of awareness at the time. So, how do we lead ourselves or allow ourselves to be led to a fulfilling and contented life? This is where we are giving ourselves the opportunity to grow in who we want to be. It's fine for you to see yourself as you are and enjoy yourself as you are. But it's also a part of this experience to continually, through the expression and expansion of our awareness, to go on in allowing those expressions to reveal the greater part of us that has been waiting for the opportunity to show itself. True contentment, allow yourself to find it more in what you let go of. Now that's just totally contrary to our modern day approach of more. But stop and think about it. If you've got all this in you, you don't have much room for anything else. And if you're trying to upgrade your life, then it's going to be clashing up against what has been holding you in a stationary state. So you really have to come to a place of emptying out so that you can then find yourself more available to living something of a higher nature. So if you can confront what is inwardly a part of your reality, and then allow yourself to let it go, to take it away, you're going to then find that you have an inner contentment revealing itself because you don't have the clutter in there preventing it from happening. And allow yourself, of course, to fully express. That's who you are. You're a being who just loves to express. Pay attention to that. Commit to creativity. But again, constantly let go of the need for an outcome. And bring full attention to now. Any of you ever experienced boredom? Isn't it a fine companion? Well, the fact of the matter is, boredom really is revealing that you're not fully engaged in the moment of now. Boredom really reveals that you're not even paying attention to now, but are caught up in all the thoughts and feelings of some past experience or some future hope, and you're not present at all. So if you really want to experience balance, and you want to have it be essentially strong and stable, then you need to develop the capacity to be present here, now. Accept the perfection of who you are. I know, I took liberty right there. because a part of us believes that we're anything but perfect. And then would want to jump on the bandwagon of perfection and say, well, of course, look at me. Aren't I perfect? And I'm not talking about either of those realities. I'm talking about who you truly are, who is always waiting to express itself through your creativity. And as you can, look and see that you are constantly in the process of wanting to express more and more. If you can look at this and choose to let it evolve and be aligned with your awakening self, then you'll find that, yes, you'll then develop a capacity to be more balanced. And this balance will have an essential essence to it that will help you to move through these times that we are entering, which are dark times, which are confusing times, which are times of uncertainty and challenge. Thank you for your attention.
For more information about the Metaphysical Church of Enlightenment or the Rodin Foundation, please go to our website at www.rodin.org. If you have been inspired by the revelations shared in these podcasts, please donate to the Rodin Foundation's ongoing efforts to help others help themselves at www.rodin.org/donate.